Okay, so now we are in Book 4, Chapter 2, and we're not with Elphaba right now. We're with Fiero's widow, Sarima. Sarima has sisters without names. Their names are 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 announces Elphaba's arrival and starts planning a welcome dinner. Before dinner, Sarima recognizes Elphaba, obviously, from Fiero's stories about the university. And Elphaba keeps trying to tell her while she's there, like, I need to talk to you about Fiero. It's really, really important. She's like, no, I'm not going to discuss anything like that. I'm not going to discuss him. I'm not going to discuss his death. We'll try it. Maybe we'll talk about it in a week. And Elphaba doesn't want her name to be known to the rest of the family, so they call her Auntie Gist, or Auntie, I don't know. The sisters and the children wonder about Elphaba. Like, you hear they're like talking, whispering about her and who Lear is and why she's green. One of the little kids, Manic, threatens to push Lear off the tower if he won't tell him why Elphaba has a broom with her. They're kind of mean to Lear the whole time, honestly, as far as I've gotten anyway. Elphaba and Sarima meet a week later, and Elphaba says, hey, I came up here just to talk to you about Fiero and apologize, and then I was going to go find a cave and become a hermit. She's like, no. We have this giant fortress here. You can stay here. She does not want to hear what Elphaba's going to say. She refuses. She knows Fiero died in a violent act and mentions Sir Chuffrey's name, which surprises Elphaba, and that's who's married to Glinda. They give Elphaba rooms in the castle and speak like, we're not going to talk about Fiero. You just got to stop. So Elphaba her room is like this, or her area is this big tower. She says it's very suitable for a witch. And Lurleen is approaching. The children go into Elphaba's room to get some paper. She had been given some paper when she left the cloister? I'm not sure now if that's the right word. And paper is pretty scarce, so it's not like she has a giant stack of paper that she would share with anyone. So the kids come up and take some paper. The monkey, Chistery, escapes into the kitchen, and they're like throwing things at the monkey, trying to get it out of there. And she kind of loses her temper on all the sisters, saying, you're tormenting the monkey. Like, that's not how we treat animals, lowercase animals, or it could be an uppercase animal. We don't know. And then she gets mad at the kids for taking her paper. On Lurleen, the other kids, Fiero's kids, get toys, but Lear gets nothing. But Nor, the little girl, shares part of her gingerbread mouse with Lear, which was super nice. Elphaba and Sarima, neither one of them come down for the holiday. They stay up in their rooms. So shortly after Lurleen, Elphaba visits the sisters in their parlor, and Elphaba wants them to help her convince Sarima to let her talk about Fiero. This is how we found out how Sarima learned what happened to Fiero. A traitor told Sarima he received word that Fiero had been murdered and went to the corn exchange, where he discovered Elphaba's room and the blood there, but his body was never found. They say Sarima believes Fiero was having an affair with Glinda and that Sir Chuffrey had Fiero killed. So that's what Sarima thinks happened. The sisters think that Fiero got involved with something in politics and the wizard had him killed. So those are the two theories. Elphaba knows what happened and tries to share, but they just shut her down. They're like, nope, we're not allowed to talk about this. All right, so now Elphaba's in... Okay. Okay, so Elphaba is exploring the castle. She finds a closet that hasn't been used in a long time and finds a really old book written in a strange language called a grimoire. She recognizes it as a book of magic. Sarima says the book was left with her for safekeeping years before. An elderly man came by claiming to be a sorcerer, and that the knowledge was from another world. Okay, well, my light died. Okay, my light died. I'm sorry. But the book's supposed to be from another world. Elphaba thinks the book might be connected to Ozma, but Sarima says Elphaba is a conspiracy theorist. She said, read it if you want. She doesn't really care. But she's surprised that Elphaba doesn't believe in the afterlife or anything like that. All right, so now the kids are playing hide and seek. Nor shows Lear the fish well in the basement, which gives the fortress food. She tells Lear that Six once saw a giant golden carp in the well. Then Nor and Lear spy on Elphaba as she tries to teach Chistry to speak. So Elphaba's trying to teach the little baby monkey to speak. Then we're just like seeing them do random stuff. But another day, the family goes to a pond to ice skate. Elphaba joins, and she like shuffles along the ice with her broom. The topic of the broom comes back up. Elphaba says it's not magic. But the Mont at the monastery, the cloister people said that it's part of her destiny, so she needs to keep it with her. Nor convinces Sarima to tell her the story of the witch and the fox babies, which Sarima does, but she worries it will offend Elphaba. Elphaba says she's not offended because there's a witch in the story. She's offended because it implies there's an existence in the afterlife.